Rover SD1 Series 2, 1982-86. Early in 1982, Rover unveiled the Cali-built, facelifted line to the public, although some early Series 2 cars were in fact built at solely Hull. These cars benefited mostly from small cosmetic changes on the exterior as well as a quite extensively redesigned interior. The biggest interior change was to the instrument binnacle, which was made both flatter and longer than the original, with the ancillary gauges and digital clock moved out of the driver's line of sight almost over the center of the dashboard, whilst the dials themselves followed modern practice, being under a glass hood instead of being deeply recessed as before. Wood trim on both the dashboard and the door cards were included after criticism that the original interior looked down market. Car spotters can distinguish the two series by the headlights, which were chrome-rimmed and flush-fitting on the Series 2, recessed on the Series 1, the deeper rear window, now fitted with a rear wash wipe, and the new plastic wrap-around bumpers which replaced the three-piece rubber and stainless steel ones. Other details, which are not as easy to assign, include the full-width rear badge strip under the tail lights, engine-size badges on front wings, and a range of new wheel trims and alloy wheels. The automatic gearbox was now a French-built GM Turbo-Hydromatic 180 model, TH180, still offering 3 speeds but better ratios. The electric window switch pack moved from the center console to the driver's door, and is well remembered for lacking edge finishing trim around the recesses, and a fully automatic choke appeared, eliminating the manual choke lever which had a tendency to break. 1982 was also the year when SD1 buyers could finally opt for a 4-cylinder engine, since the 2-liter BLO series engine of the Morris Idle was now fitted to the car, now called the Rover 2000, marking the first time an engine from the Austin Morris division of BL would appear in a Rover. The engine was particularly aimed at company car fleets where its size enabled it to beat a taxation threshold. This broadened the SD1 range and made it more affordable to potential buyers, giving British Leyland an all-round rival to the Ford Granada, which had always featured a 4-cylinder version, although unlike the SD1 or earlier P6 had never been available with a V8 engine. The Rover 2000 was not particularly fast, with a Continental magazine stating that the most one could say was that it was faster than diesel and turbodiesel cars in the same class. Another 4-cylinder engine became available in the 90 bhp, 67 kilowatts, 91 PS, Rover 2400 SD Turbo. This was the only diesel-engined SD1, utilizing the HR492 motor from Italian VM Motori, also used in the Range Rover Turbo D model, chosen for its petrol-like smoothness. BL had intended for a diesel version of the Rover V8 engine to be used in the SD1, as well as other models, but the problematic development program was cancelled in 1983 in favor of engines bought in from outside manufacturers. The flagship model was created when Rover introduced a 190 bhp, 142 kilowatts, 193 PS, fuel-injected version of its V8. Borrowing from technologies pioneered in the US and Australian markets, where strict emissions regulations meant the inclusion of high-compression carbureted engines was not feasible, the new derivative was originally only available in the Vitesse model, but from 1984 onwards it was also offered in the luxury Vanton Plus range, badged as the Vanton Plus. To meet the demands of the luxury executive car market, where automatic transmission tended to be preferred, Rover first offered an auto as an option in the Vitesse, but later withdrew the option and lured the customers to the plush Vanton Plus instead, which had all the standard comforts of the Vitesse, such as electric mirrors, windows and locks, a trip computer, headlight washers, an adjustable steering column and a 4-speaker stereo, something special at that time. Additionally, it added as standard leather seats, velour cloth was a no-cost option, an electrically operated sunroof, available on all models, and cruise control, the only option being air conditioning. Very rare are the twin plenum Vitesses. These had 2 throttle bodies mounted on the plenum chamber instead of one and were produced in very small numbers as homologation for the twin plenum racers. The SD1 continued until the launch of its successor, the Rover 800 series, in July 1986. The third product of the British Leyland, Austin Rover venture with Honda, which had been in development since 1981 as Project 20 and also formed the basis of the Honda legend.